So in previous videos we have realized when two charges are placed close to each other, either they are attracting or repelling each other. See, generally if you want to move the body towards you, usually you need a physical connection between that body and this. We have studied in mechanics. If I want to pull a chair, I need a rope, or else I have to go there and I have to bring that chair. But whereas here if you see, charges are, when they are attracted they are coming closer, when they repel they are moving away, but without any physical connection between them. So something is connected between these two charges. That was first realized by Faraday, and he explained this concept with the help of electric field. Okay, so first, what is an electric field? Electric field, due to any charge, the space around an electric charge where its influence can be felt by another charge is called electric field. For example, if I take a point charge here, this charge develops electric field around it up to certain distance. Usually compared to size of the charge, distance is large, then we'll say this charge can produce electric field up to infinity. So I want to study electric field due to this particular charge at this point. Whether I want to check here electric field is there or not. Okay, for that, see here, electric field around an electric charge where its influence can be felt by another charge. If you place another charge here, if it is attracted or repelled depending upon the nature of their charges, imagine this is positive, take this is also positive, then it will repel. This will experience force. That means at this particular point this charge field exists. Repulsion or attraction takes place, then we'll say this charge field exists here. Okay, so that is the meaning. If this charge is placed, for example, somewhere here, plus charge for example, but it is at rest, for example, that means this charge electric field does not exist at this point. Somewhere this electric field is terminated. Okay, so here electric field is not there. That's why what I do, I'll place this point charge close to this and I'll slowly take it away. If this charge influences this charge up to here, and if I place here there is no force of attraction or repulsion, then I'll say this charge field is terminated somewhere here. Here its field does not exist, I'll say that. Okay, that means by taking that distance as a radius, if we can construct a sphere, in that spherical region inside, this charge influence will be felt by any another charge placed within the sphere. That region of space is called electric field. Electric field produced by this charge. Okay, next. See, if this charge is producing electric field around the space, then immediately my question is how much magnitude of electric field exists at this point. Here how much field it possesses, strength of electric field, we have to calculate. For that, what we are doing, whether this charge field exists here or not, to test that we need a charge. That charge I'll take it as unit positive charge. Unit positive charge I'll place. Then what will happen? This charge and this charge both are positive. So that's why this charge repels. This charge repels this unit positive charge in this direction. So basically the distance between these two charges is r. I'll apply here Coulomb's law. Force acting on this unit positive charge is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges. This is capital Q into 1 divided by r square. This is the force acting on this. The force experienced by unit positive charge at this place is only called as electric field strength at that point. When we place a unit positive charge, then force only called as electric field at that point. Electric field intensity at any point due to a point charge is the force experienced by unit positive charge placed at that point. This is very important. For example, if I want to calculate electric field strength of this particular charge at this point, for example, first what I do, I'll join these two. This distance I'll take it as maybe r1. Where I want to calculate electric field strength or electric field intensity, there I have to place a unit positive charge. This positive charge, unit positive charge is repelled by this. So electrostatic force always acts along the line joining the charges. So that's why force will be in this direction. This force experienced by unit positive charge at that point is only called as electric field. Okay, here electric field I'll write like force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This charge is Q. This I placed the unit positive charge divided by r1 square. See, that means after seeing these two examples, electric field is also a vector quantity and its direction changes from point to point. Here electric field direction will be in this direction. Here electric field direction will be in this direction. Electric field direction is always in the direction of force. Is always in the direction of force. This you have to remember. This is very important point. So we got the mathematical expression from this. Electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. Remember, this expression can be used only for point charges. This is another important thing, because for electric field we'll get so many formulas in this lesson. When I have to use this formula, I have to remember carefully. This expression electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square can be used only for point charges. Okay. And one more important point I'll discuss here. Understand this one very carefully. Second point is, I will replace this unit positive charge with some other charge, say Q. Its magnitude is not 1 coulomb. Unit positive charge means 1 coulomb of charge. Remember this, important. Here I placed some other charge. If I go on replace the charges, first I'll place 1 coulomb, next I'll place 10 microcoulomb here, next I'll place 100 microcoulomb, next I'll place 100 coulomb here. Will it affect electric field at this point due to this charge? Means no. Why? Because electric field of this charge will exist here whether we place here charge or not. It is immaterial. Whether it is charge is there or not doesn't matter. Its influence will be there here. To calculate that influence, I have brought one charge and I placed here. That charge either experiences attractive force or repulsive force. Then I'll say this charge field exists at this point, I'll say. Okay na? To calculate that electric field strength at this point, I have taken help of unit positive charge and I got expression E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. That means electric field at this point depends only on three factors from this expression. One is epsilon naught. That means the space between these two charges is filled with what? Which is air or vacuum, then I'll say epsilon naught. I'll write epsilon naught. If it is water, then I'll say 4 pi epsilon naught K. K is dielectric constant of the water, I'll write. If it is something else medium, I'll write the dielectric constant of that medium here. That means electric field due to a point charge at any point around its space can be influenced by the medium. Medium can alter the strength of electric field at various points. First one. Imagine if it is air, completely it is filled with air, everywhere air only. Then electric field strength at any point depends on its magnitude of charge. Electric field directly proportional to Q. Electric field directly proportional to Q. If magnitude of charge is more, electric field strength will be more at that point. If magnitude of charge is less, electric field strength will be less. Okay, last factor, electric field is inversely proportional to square of the distance. If distance increases, electric field strength at that point decreases. This is another very important point. That means electric field due to a point charge at any place depends on only three factors. One is medium, intervening medium. Second one is magnitude of charge of that point charge. Next, third one is inversely proportional to square of the distance. If you move away from the charge, electric field strength decreases sharply. Okay, but electric field at this point does not depend on the test charge. This you have to remember, this is very important. It will not depend on test charge. Okay, so that's why if I replace, initially I have taken unit positive charge, now I will replace this unit positive charge with some other charge. Its magnitude may be 1 microcoulomb, 100 microcoulomb, 1 coulomb, 100 coulomb, whichever the charge you place here, doesn't matter. The electric field strength at this point due to this charge remains the same. This is very important. So now I have replaced unit positive charge with Q. When you place here unit positive charge, then I'll say it is F is equal to E. But I have replaced unit positive charge with Q. That's why at this particular point, electric field will be E is equal to F by Q. E is equal to F by Q. See here, you understand very carefully. This charge is fixed. This charge I am altering. So force between the two charges changes. But electric field at this point due to this charge never changes, because here electric field is influence of this charge, that's it. That you have to understand. So if you see, if I elaborate this, force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q, capital Q, small q, divided by R square, whole divided by Q. See, test charge is cancelled. Electric field due to a point charge at any place is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square only. This you have to understand. This is very important. Okay. Afterwards, for example, see here. This is important. Force F is equal to QE. This is another relation you have to understand. See, we have expression for force already in Coulombic inverse square law. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. This can be used only when Q1 and Q2 two charges exist. And second expression for force F is equal to QE. When I have to use this formula? Means, for example, if you know electric field at this particular point, I know electric field at this particular point. Whose electric field is existing at this point is immaterial for me. But what I know electric field at this point. Electric field I know at this particular point. Okay, if you place a charge here Q, then what amount of force will act on this charge? Means blindly I will write F is equal to Q into E. Why? Because at this point electric field strength I know, that strength I will write here and multiply with Q, you will get force. Here you should not apply F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, because you know here only one charge, the second charge you don't know. Then which value will substitute by taking F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So this is the second expression for force. And this force F is called unbalanced force. Unbalanced forces formula only called as MA. MA is an expression for unbalanced force. Remember this. So force can be written as mass into acceleration, that is equal to Q into E. So acceleration is QE by M. So this is another important expression. Electric field intensity or electric field strength. Okay, this is denoted with a letter E. This I'll define. Okay. Electric field intensity, electric field intensity at a point due to a point charge, due to a point charge is defined as the force experienced by unit positive charge. Unit positive charge. Unit positive charge means 1 coulomb of charge experienced by unit positive charge placed at that point. Placed at that point. Okay. So that means I need to calculate electric field strength of this point charge at this place. Then what I have to do? Where I want to calculate electric field, there I have to place a simply unit positive charge. Then this charge repels this one, because both are like. It repels along the line joining the charges. This is the force. Okay, this will repel in this direction with a force F. This force only called as electric field at that point. Okay, if you write expression for force 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, one charge is Q, another charge is 1 divided by R square. So that's why expression for electric field due to a point charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. This is important. Okay, if I replace positive charge with Q, then I'll write F is equal to QE. Okay, this is another expression for force. You have to remember carefully. See, electric field is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector. Electric field is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity, means it will have both magnitude and direction. So first we'll write magnitude. Magnitude is electric field. Magnitude is E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Okay, direction. Direction. In the direction of force. In the direction of force. SI unit. SI unit. See, to write a unit, you need mathematical expression. Already I have one mathematical expression here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Charge unit is coulomb, we know. Easy to write. Similarly, distance unit is easy. That is also I can write it is meter square. But epsilon naught have unit. I've already explained 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Unit is Newton meter square per coulomb square. Okay, na? So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Unit, if you take here, you will get Newton meter square per coulomb square. So if you cancel coulomb meter square, you will get Newton per coulomb is an SI unit. Okay, I can write this expression very easily with the help of another physical equation, that is F is equal to QE. I know E is equal to F by Q. Force unit is Newton, charge unit is coulomb. So whenever you want to write an SI system of unit, or maybe to write a dimensional formula, better you select a simple physical equation instead of complicated physical equations. You will get the answers very quickly. Okay. Similarly, CGS unit. CGS unit, easy to write. Newton per coulomb is SI, then dyne is a CGS unit of force, and electrostatic unit is a CGS unit of charge. So CGS unit of electric field strength or electric field intensity or electric field is dyne per electrostatic unit. Okay, we'll write a dimensional formula. Dimensional formula. Dimensional formula. Already we have discussed. To derive dimensional formula, I need one mathematical equation. That I'll take F is equal to QE, then E is equal to F by Q. We have already discussed mass, length, time and absolute scale of temperature and mole and electrical current ampere or current I or candela are fundamental physical quantities. See, electric field is not a fundamental physical quantity. It is derived. This physical quantity is made up of force and charge. Force is also not in the list of fundamental, and charge is also not there in the fundamental. That means these two are also derived physical quantities. Then it is derived from which physical quantities? We'll see. Force is MA. Mass is there in the fundamental list. That means no need to convert this physical quantity further. But acceleration is not there in the list. Still it is derived. Charge can be derived from current into time. We already know. Current is there in the fundamental list. Time is there in the fundamental list. So no need to convert the denominator. Still this is derived. Acceleration is derived from velocity by time. Time is a fundamental, no need to convert. But velocity is not there in the list. Velocity is still derived. That means I have to convert further. This time comes to denominator. Can I write comfortably t square? Okay, then next. Mass as it is because it is fundamental. Current is as it is because it is fundamental. Time square is fundamental. And velocity can be written as distance by time. Then distance is there in the fundamental list. Time is also there in the fundamental list. That means this electric field is made up of one mass, distance, current and a time cube. These are all involved in the electric field. So dimensional formula for electric field, I can write it is mass into distance divided by current into time cube. So that's why m power 1, L power 1, T power minus 3, ampere power minus 1. This is the dimensional formula for electric field intensity.